Everything good must come to an end. And no, I'm not talking about 9b90 at the moment, that's not yet, thankfully, but I'm talking about the current situation around Minecraft Anarchy. We are currently in a seemingly downwards trend, seemingly being anarchy is dying. But that's not true. I've heard many people, both around 2b2t and 9b90, saying how Anarchy is dead and how no one will play it in half a year, in a year, 2 years, and so on. However, the truth is much simpler and at the same time much more optimistic. If we look at the current stats, yes, 2b2t is around 500 players, and yes, 9b90 has around a tenth of that. Ignore this garbage cracked server here. It's definitely easy to jump straight to the conclusion that since 2b2t used to have a queue of 1500 players and 9b90 had around 150 online at peak times during 2020 and early 2021, that this must mean that the servers are losing on popularity and we're all doomed. This is far from truth though. It's important to understand that first and foremost, Anarchy servers have always been and will always be a niche. Few people like those environments and even fewer decide to stick around. The most important part in understanding why 9b90 and 2b2t seemingly have lost player base is to simply look outside. During most of 2020 and 2021, people were locked down at homes because of Corona. What could they possibly do if not socialize like actual functioning members of society? Well, play video games. This has both led to popular YouTubers like FitMC or Salcy1 to gain on viewership and an influx of players on Anarchy servers. Yes, most of those players didn't stick around, but the amount of views and exposure the servers were receiving kept the player counts high and the queue on 2b2t long. But this model was not sustainable. You can't just reach out to exponentially more people forever. The loosening of restrictions and the fact that 2b2t was becoming somewhat known led to its downwards trend. There were not enough new players to fill the gaps left by players who didn't want to play anymore. In my opinion, we're simply going back to how it should have been from the beginning. Yes, 2b2t and 9b90 are growing, but slowly, and the pandemic has given us a false sense of rapid growth that turned out to be a bubble that burst a couple months ago. Do you remember Salcy1's original 9b90 video? In it, the player count is around 90. Compared to today's busy hours of around 70, it seems like a downwards trend overall. This is, however, my second point. Both 2b2t and 9b90 are still on 1.12.2. As 1.12 gets older and older, people are getting more and more bored of what they can do. 1.16 and above has been promised on 9b90 and 2b2t for years now, but it seems that speculating when 1.16 comes to either is not feasible. It's a major blow to both servers' popularity, but unfortunately, thanks to Microsoft, that's how it is. Furthermore, with the new chat reporting, it seems more and more likely that Microsoft will try, if not directly then indirectly, killing off Anarchy servers' popularity. It's a really naive and stupid thing to do, but as we all know it, Microsoft has never been known for making good decisions, especially regarding their users. So that's it. I would like for people to stop basically saying that Anarchy servers are dead, because they aren't. They are just what they should be, what they always should have been from the beginning.